At least one person has died from the series of landslides in Ifugao as parts of northern Luzon has been showered by Typhoon Henry's moderate to heavy rains. The Education Department issues new guidelines on class suspensions, including automatic cancellations of classes where storm signal warnings are up. And the Philippine peso falls to its weakest level in 18 years, putting pressure on the Bangko Sentral to hike interest rates more aggressively to stem the slide. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Typhoon Henry continues to weaken while moving northwest over the Philippine Sea. Henry was last located by Pag-asa at 360 kilometers east-northeast of Itbayat, Batanes, with winds reaching 190 kilometers per hour. It is moving northwestward at 10 kilometers per hour and is expected to exit the Philippine area of responsibility by tomorrow evening. The typhoon is seen to weaken further in the next 12 hours. Batanes, though, is still under signal number 2 due to strong winds. Signal number 1 is also up over the Babuyan Islands and the northeast of mainland Cagayan. Typhoon Henry is still expected to bring rains and gusty winds to Cagayan. Let's check in with Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Head, Rueli Rapsing, who joins us now via Zoom. Sir Rueli, good evening. Thank you for joining us. First off, how is the weather over there in Cagayan at the moment?
Well, first, Ms. Yao, good evening, and thank you for inviting me. Well, the weather in Cagayan right now, we're experiencing light to moderate rains. Although for the entire day, we've been waiting for the effects of the intensification of the southwest monsoon. But it's only now that we're experiencing light to moderate rains.
All right. Did Pag-asa give you any notice of around what time you should expect heavier winds and rains to come there to Cagayan?
Yep. The advisory yesterday was afternoon yesterday. We will be experiencing the effects of the intensification of the southwest monsoon.
All right. Since so far the weather has been generally mild, as you have described, are you already preparing for any possible floods or evacuations there in the province?
Well, right after the pre-disaster risk assessment with the Office of Civil Defense, we immediately identified areas of concern where we have pre-deployed our rescue assets and rescue personnel. We identified the northeastern part of the province. These are coastal towns of Cagayan.
All right. Have you informed the national government of anything that you could possibly need once the rains come, maybe later tonight, as per Pag-asa?
For the food and non-food items that we need, it's still sufficient. It will suffice the need of our coastal towns.
All right, that's good to hear. I'm going to have to ask you about Batanes. Have you heard any updates from the northernmost province? How has their disaster response been so far? Any news?
Well, we've been coordinating with Batanes and the Babuyan Channel that includes one of our island town, Calayan. They've experienced the same mild winds and some scattered rain showers.
All right. Well, hoping the weather holds as mild as it is right now. Thank you so much for your time and stay safe over there. Cagayan DRRMO Head Rueli Rapsing over Zoom. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
And heavy rainfall has triggered landslides in some parts of northern Luzon, killing at least one person in Ifugao. Jenny Dongon with the report.
One person was reported dead in Ifugao after heavy rainfall from Typhoon Henry and its impact on the southwest monsoon. 37-year-old Rene Bulyan did not make it out alive after being buried in a landslide in his home in Mayuyao, Ifugao. According to Mayuyao police, the victim went to his sibling's house to seek shelter from the rain.
Huminto siya dito sa bahay ng kapatid niya, pero yung bahay na yun is abandoned na yun. Nag-temporary sick shelter siya doon. Ang nangyari po is lumambot yung lupa, naka-landslide, yun natabunan siya, ma'am.
Search and retrieval operations lasted for over 20 hours before the victim's body was recovered. Another house was also affected by the landslide. There were no other reported casualties so far aside from Bulyan. Since Wednesday, authorities recorded around 20 landslide incidents in the town of Mayuyao.
Kada hapon umuulan. Kaya parang nag-ano yung mga tao dito na usual. Pero during that time is malakas yung, mabigat yung bugso ng ulan. Ngayon nangyari yung ganyan na halos makakatabi yung landslide. Naisip ko, di pa ba lumindol nung ma'am?
Meanwhile, in Mountain Province, huge rocks fell on the side of the road after continuous rain. Authorities have started to clear the area. All roads in Mountain Province going to Ifugao are now passable. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, we are One News.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here. watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Education Department has revised guidelines on the suspension of classes during disasters and natural calamities. Faith Del Mundo with the report.
The Education Department has released updated guidelines on the suspension of classes during natural calamities. Under DepEd Order Number 37, classes in all levels and work in public schools are automatically suspended in areas placed under a signal warning by Pag-asa. Previously, only kindergarten classes are suspended under signal number 1. The new rules also state that schools located in areas under a flood warning should suspend their classes. If the area is not placed under a wind or flood warning but experiencing inclement weather, local chief executives may decide on the suspension. During earthquakes, classes in all levels in areas that log intensity 5 or higher are automatically suspended. Parents are divided on the matter.
Mas safety ng mga anak namin yun eh. At saka katulad ko, nagtatrabaho po ako. Madalas yung mga bata lang na nasa bahay or hinahatid lang ng mga tiyahin. Pagka ganyan po kasing heavy rain na, mas safe talaga na nasa bahay sila. Automatic cancel yung klase. Kunwari po katulad po last Tuesday po na nag-announce sila, yung mga anak ko po nasa school na. Kailangan ulit namin bumalik na parent para sunduin ulit yung mga bata.
Hindi rin kasi kabawasan din sa matutunan ng mga estudyante. I-estimate na rin siguro ng mga magulang kung talagang malakas na mahirap na pumasok, kung malakas na yung ulan, siguro sila na mag-decide.
Meanwhile, the DepEd said private schools and community learning centers, as well as universities or colleges, have the option not to abide by the rules. The Coordinating Council of Private Educational Associations of the Philippines, for its parts, raised concern on information dissemination.
Sa isang banda, okay din yun para hindi na naghihintayan. No? I think kailangan pa rin ng counterpart na na yung pag-disseminate ng cancellation from the schools, respective schools. The accountability and responsibilities given or shared from the DepEd to the parents, from the local executive.
Despite that, the group is optimistic that the new guidelines would work effectively.
Shared objective naman and goal is really to protect and maintain the safety of all students and even the school personnel in times of calamities and typhoons and natural disasters. Nakasalalay pa rin sa atin yon. It's not really in the guidelines but how we will respond to it. So, but I think it's worth trying. Let's see kung dito sa bagong idea natin and hope this will work.
For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
On now to some lighter news. Netizens are raving about a Jordan Clarkson lookalike who is currently trending on social media. 23-year-old Ferry Lucas recreated a photo of Clarkson during one of his training sessions with Gilas. The Utah Jazz guard himself reacted to the post with a laughing emoji. Lucas even showed News 5 some of his basketball moves and hopes to one day play with the former NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Taguig City Prosecutor's Office has filed a case against TV host and actor Vong Navarro for the alleged rape of model Denise Cornejo. Prosecutors accused Navarro of using force and purposely intoxicating Cornejo back in 2014. A state of calamity has been declared in Tanza, Cavite after an outbreak in dengue cases. 8 million pesos from the town's disaster funds will be used to assist dengue patients and improve medical response in the municipality. And the Philippine peso closed at 56.77 to the US dollar today. This is the peso's worst record since 2004 when it hit 56.45 against the greenback. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.